Hello and welcome to the Weather Hazard Briefing presented by National Weather Service Pocatello for Thursday, December 5th. Here's what you'll see in this briefing. We have high pressure over the Pacific Northwest and in the northern Rockies. This will continue through Saturday afternoon. During this time, we'll see the surface inversion strengthening, which could lead to stagnant conditions leading to dense fog and air quality issues. But so far all we've seen is some dense fog, and there's a dense fog advisory actually out in effect for the Bear Lake region. There are also afternoon highs that will continue at 10 to 15 degrees above seasonal normals until Saturday, and then on Sunday and Saturday night the storm does move in, and Sunday should be cooler, but still a lot of locations, especially below 5,500 feet, will get above freezing, and so it won't just be light snow. There will be some rain at those lower elevations as well as by Sunday afternoon. So here's the latest satellite image. Once again, the light blue shading of cloudiness is stratus or fog. You can see it's widespread in the Pacific Northwest and in the Treasure Valley. But as you get into eastern Idaho, it is limited to really widespread areas are just in the Bear Lake Valley down in here, and going up through on the US 89 corridor up to almost to the Soda Springs area, not quite there. And this is our weather risk outlook. The definite chances for snow really don't happen except for the Sawtooth area in Lemhi County on Saturday, and again that's during the overnight hours. Most of the rest will just start. The eastern highlands also, especially late overnight, will start accumulating some light snow, and for a lot of locations that will continue into Sunday. And you can see it does change over to rain at the lower elevations in the southeast highlands, the South Hills, the Snake River Plain. It should pretty much be over in the Magic Valley. There's just a slight chance maybe of some rain in the morning hours on Sunday. And then on Monday, you don't see anything more than a chance of rain or snow, and that is mostly in the southeast highlands and the eastern highlands. And then a few other areas where the wind directions are just good enough where it could catch some at least slight chance of snow in the South Hills, the Lost River area, and Lemhi County. So the first thing we'll look at is temperatures. Here's today and tonight. You can see we are pretty much the same as we were yesterday. Temperatures in the lower elevations getting into the 40s, mostly lower to middle. And overnight, a lot of teens. And then we have single digits in some of the alpine basins and over in the Island Park region and Teton Valley. You can see it doesn't change much for Friday and Friday night. Almost a repeat. And here on Saturday, you can see it continues to be mild for Saturday afternoon for this time of year. But then notice overnight on Saturday night, we're not quite getting as cold. We're no longer directly near zero for Stanley. It's now up closer to 10 degrees there. So a lot of warming. You can see even in the Snake River Plain, a lot of upper teens to middle 20s now instead, and even some places getting above 30 degrees here in the southern hills. And then Sunday, you can see it does start to cool, especially in the central Idaho mountains where Stanley stays below freezing for the high on Sunday. So all-day snow event there. And then Sunday night, as things start to clear, it really doesn't clear except in the central Idaho mountains, and you can see the return to colder temperatures there. But still pretty cloudy and actually fairly mild for this time of year, where normally we'd be in the middle teens. And so some of that area is like that in the Arco Desert region, but a lot of the more heavily populated areas are in the 20s on Sunday night. So let's see how the snowfall evolves starting Saturday night and going all the way through Sunday night. You can see here, obviously, it's pretty typical of our snowstorms. It does move in from the northwest, and so the first place affected is the central Idaho mountains. As you can see here, again, there's not much going on. Most of the snowfall amounts are 3 inches or less. And in fact, there's just a limited area where it's 2 to 3 inches. It's mostly 1 to 2 where it does accumulate. And then just a dustiness snow for the bulk of the area all the way over to the Island Park region. Later that night, it does spread all the way through eastern Idaho, all the way to the Wyoming border. And you can see the focus there. Actually, there's more snow accumulating in the Island Park area than there is in the central Idaho mountains. Then here during the day on Sunday, again, as temperatures start to warm, a lot of it changes to rain at lower elevations. You can see there's not much additional snowfall except if you're going into Wyoming and the highways there, and the highways going from Swan Valley into the Teton Valley. Again, it's still light accumulations. It's basically 1 to 2 inches. And for the bulk of the afternoon, you can see the snow level continues to rise and the snow levels actually get to be less, especially as things start to die down from the strength of the storm is now passing to the east. And then here's Sunday night. You can see it's all an inch or less pretty much everywhere, and even less for the late night hours there on Sunday night. And that will continue to lower on Monday morning. So here's the storm total for this time period. So starting Saturday in the late afternoon, 5 p.m. through Monday, 5 a.m., you can see widespread below an inch. And then there are very few areas where we expect to get 1 inch to maybe about 6 inches here in the extreme end, just west of Yellowstone Park. Swan Valley, 1 to 2 inches down there, and up on the Centennial Mountains, more like 3 to 4. So going over some of those freeways and highways that pass through there might be a little bit more significant. But for the most part, it's all staying below 5 inches. And actually a lot of it staying below 4. Here's the chance of 2 inches of snow or more. This is just for the first period through 5 a.m. Sunday. So this is just the first part of that. That's as far as our probability forecasts go at this point, is just till 5 a.m. Tomorrow they will go through 5 a.m. on Monday, which will encompass the entire storm. So this is just the first night. Again, it doesn't look like much, especially for the major freeways. There's not much of a chance of getting even 2 inches that first night. Here's rain or melted rain equivalent for the storms. Again, down in the lower elevations, anywhere from just barely measurable to 1/10 of an inch until you get towards Rexburg and Ashton area, where it gets up to more of a 1/4 inch in the Snake River Plain. And then in the mountains, it's anywhere from 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of precipitation. And that would all lead you to think that it would be 5 inches at the outermost for the heaviest snowfall, as long as this holds out to be true. And you can see the focus for the precipitation is more in the northern half, basically from Blackfoot north than it is for Blackfoot south. It's quite a bit less precipitation in that southern half of our forecast area. This storm also comes with winds. So here are the winds for the 24-hour period on Sunday. The maximum wind, you can see that east of the Idaho Blackfoot area, a line going all the way down to Minidoka, there is a line of some gusty wind, and it does get into the 30 to nearly 40 mile an hour range in some of these places, and then down into the Oakley area and Burley area as well. And that's where the focus of the winds will be. It is fairly low elevation, so a lot of it, when this occurs in the afternoon, a lot of it will already be rain. So I don't see much in the way of drifting snow at all here, unless it's up at Galena Summit here. It's also looks like it's going to be windy, and of course they will stay snow all day on Sunday. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us at this telephone number you see here, or check out the weather yourself at weather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for watching.